Hello and welcome to the Tavern podcast. This is going to be a different episode. It's going to be a lot shorter than normal because we have a special guest who needs to leave today soon and we have to go take him to the airport. Our special guest is...
Dale.
Me? Dale, yeah.
Me.
We got Gary here.
We have good Gary.
So we had a... he came down yesterday. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had you down yesterday. We did the Valdiron stuff yesterday, which was...
Good fun.
Yeah? Did you really enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah.
Always nervous before that stuff.
Well, you were, if people haven't caught it, on the SR channel is a VOD of...
Yeah, go watch the VOD. It was super entertaining.
It was Josh and Gary doing a
Casters.
full casters. They had...
The
you had-
second one.
You had shirts, you had bow ties, you had all sorts. You were fancy ever. And we had all of us playing Valorant as the teams. It was really good.
Yeah, like
Everyone else was supposed to dress in a suit, but no one did.
Why would we dress in a suit while playing? Like,
It's professional. It's like footballers turning up to a football game. Everyone wears their suit.
in a suit
Yeah. Like Champions League final, all the footballers turn up in a suit.
while they play.
No.
Well, shut up.
They go
man. We
change.
were playing.
They go get changed in that, but look, we could have been a bit more professional. No?
No, it's fine. You were professional enough
Glenn
for
was
all
wearing
of
on
us.
clothes.
You were professional
room
enough
naked.
for all of us.
It was very weird how you were all
Sparky wore a
doing that.
condom on his head.
We had Sparky with a condo on his head. Glenn was butt naked, and Stan was basically hot gluing himself to his statues in the middle of the way through. Like, mate, that
Is that
boy,
why he dropped off at the end?
yeah, 100%. I like his focus was completely shot. It's because his penis was shot as well, all over his models.
I think a few of you were playing with the hydraulic chairs and stuff. Anyway, when you get shot and it's bouncing about.
The 4D Valorant.
Yeah,
Oh God,
I think that might be my favourite thing from this weekend.
walking with a gun.
do you want to explain what 4D Valorant is?
Yeah. So we witnessed, Gary witnessed 4D Valorant yesterday. He said give Sam a go as well. So what you do is you get someone behind you holding your computer chair. So Gary was in Stan's room. I went in. I did the motions for him. And as you walk in, you got to shake the chair in like a walk-in motion. When you shoot in, you've got to give him the recoil with the chair. And like Sam had to go as well. And I almost put him through his fucking monitor when he shot the shorty.
The fourth D was Dale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was literally like a slow build up. I had a pistol and it was okay. Every time I shot, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold off on. It probably helped because I was like, I'm gonna make sure I only shoot when I need to because I don't want to get a concussion. And then it got to the very end, and I had the shorty, and the game ended, and I was like, well, I gotta shoot it. I shot it, and fuck me, my head. I almost headbutted the wall.
You're lucky there's no rain on any other maps because you don't want to know what happens when it's raining.
you go right with the explosives. Oh my God.
So they're like,
Oh God. Rain. I thought you said Rainer, and I confused her with Rays, and I thought you meant like the satchels
I
and
was
the
wondering what
bomb.
you said by explosives. I was like,
Yeah, I thought you meant Rays. I was like, what? So I throw an explosive and it would be a big explosion. Yeah, and then you spat, and I went, that's not what an explosive does. And then it clicked.
oh, what I should have done is when you walk through like Arbor, is it?
Yeah.
Arbor?
Throw a bucket
When you
of water
walk
on
through
it.
his water, as you walk through.
Thankfully, there's no
You go
abilities in
wet,
that
like-
game mode.
Yeah.
As you like say there's puddles on the floor, you're walking through the puddles, you just start licking the feet like
Walking downstairs, you just tip him about his chair.
really? Yeah. It was,
Go through a portal and just take you
fun.
into another room.
was there any behind the scenes stuff that you thought was really funny, Gary?
Yeah, we can't talk about it.
No one saw Daz, but Daz was here the whole stream and was like going to people's doors, basically passing messages from Josh. I think he went to you a couple of times and
Yeah.
was like, do this, do that. Daz just basically was like picking things up.
Well, he
passing
came
messages.
over and was like, oh, they want to see you. And I was like, okay.
No, but I think
come
you
on.
were in game
Am I
or
in
something.
trouble?
And Daz was like, oh, Josh said to Daz, like, go tell so-and-so to type this in chat or something like that. Like, he was
Oh,
playing,
did he really?
he was playing
Oh.
the field. Like.
Is that what he's doing with you? Is that where you got all your ideas from?
No, they don't mind.
No, they were
They
they were a
fucking
Dale original.
Daily Pop specials. No.
Because you played the mental game, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You
I
decided-
can't play the actual game, some crap at it. So I played the mental game. Like,
You sit there and you flame the other team just to make them play worse. It's smart.
It works though.
it does work.
Definitely
We
works.
won. the mentor was shot by the end. They were even arguing after the game.
Were you?
No, they were.
You know who?
So you go.
Oh God, that's a very inside joke that only one person would get. Two maybe. Anyway,
If you want any behind the scenes, I think the organization beforehand of it, we were supposed to start at 7:00 and we hadn't even eaten dinner or anything yet.
I've been here since R4, so why isn't it ready?
Everything got set up, and then there was a realization that the cameras don't work, so nothing was set up again.
oh Jesus, that was fucking wild. We got them all somewhat perfect, as good as we can have, because we used the exact same ones we were using for the podcast.
Yep.
We were setting up all these cameras so that they were set up and looked good, and we had these different shots and all sorts, and it was good. I could be lying through my teeth. Nobody actually knows apart from us.
They were all
Yeah, we had like helicopters with cameras and all sorts as well. It was amazing. We had like drones, and it was a great pan shot. But none of that worked because of the actual game itself. So instead, we had to deal with
Red Vanguard doesn't allow use of like Elgato capture cards,
which is how we record all our stuff. So we had to use a shitty webcam.
So how do you stream Valorant then? Do people not use capture cards for that?
The cap.
That's right. So, are you guys using capture
good
cards
question.
to run your cameras while you play Valorant in the office? And you can play Valorant in the office.
So my camera goes to my streaming computer, but Valorant, when I play it, is on a gaming computer connected to a HDMI that goes into a capture card.
There's going to be like slight differences for that reason. Then it's because it's all running off one computer.
I think it's because there's one computer. So in the future, we'll have two computers, and that'll do it. That makes sense.
So in replacement, we used basically a PlayStation iToy.
Oh, mate, it is a garbage.
the PS2,
They're the
first
Logitech
camera.
They're the Logitech webcams. They're all right. Like
They're the cameras Rob loves, like.
It looks like an
fine.
iToy though.
I thought Rob liked the Elgato ones.
Oh, I don't know. He likes shitty cameras, doesn't he?
It definitely looks like an iToy though.
Did you ever have one?
Yeah.
Those iToys were fucking okay.
That was,
They were
that
like
was
the
my
OG
exercise
VR,
as a
weren't
child.
Yeah.
Sorry?
They're like the OG.
It was like
VR.
the Kinect with the Xbox.
Yeah.
Where you'd wave your hands in front of it and the guy would not register it, and you're like, oh, what's going on?
That was my exercise, was Fruit Ninja in the morning. Chopping watermelons for days.
What, on the Kinect?
No, on the iToy.
Gary's there like, I wanna be.
Oh, fuck off.
Famous.
I'm not singing I Want to Be Ninja. Have you
Oh, that chop.
Dale down.
Chop Dale down.
to China.
Jesus.
Why Chinatown?
It's a good place. Good
It's
food.
good. It is good. Which one?
Which
I like
one?
the London Chinatown.
London,
That
Manchester.
bakery, that one
I
bakery.
don't think I've ever been
The
there.
Manchester
We only
one
went to
was
one
good.
place in Manchester one though.
Maybe I'm just
We
nostalgic.
went to the dim sum place,
Oh, yeah.
which was really good.
Yeah, it was. It was
But
class.
like, I've been to more places in the London one, and that one bakery that we keep going back to is unreal.
Oh, I remember the one. Yeah, that one's really good.
On like the square bit.
But we'll go to
We get
EGX in like
attacked by
2
wasps,
weeks.
like.
So we're going to go there again.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
I don't
I want to go to the food markets and
We'll
stuff.
go get some clustered bums.
Clustered bums, yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Chinatown.
Well, you coming with us in 2 weeks?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll get you a nice clustered bum.
Yeah.
I went to one of the like.
That was a happy ending, or?
Yeah.
I went to one of the
For-
places there with
Everyone.
Claire because we were waiting for Glenn to turn up,
Yeah.
and they did like the hot custard buns where like the custard inside is like still runny.
Oh,
And,
that sounds nice.
It just doesn't sound good after he said what he said, and you're like,
Clustered
it's hot
buns,
and
like-
runny and
Hot and runny.
Well, we had this, I think it was in Manchester, where we had custard buns, and somebody said it, and I can't remember who like
Clustered
someone
bums,
else
isn't it?
basically went, wait, clustered bums.
Yeah, that was
And that's
me.
just what we've called it since.
It was me. It was a clustered bum.
Yeah, was it you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just that funny.
Yeah. I believe it was
Turn
you.
someone into bum and it's funny. All
Yeah, it's hilarious. Wait, it's a clustered bum instead.
Clustered bum.
That's top tier comedy, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want a clustered bum?
No.
Do you want a salmon
Not
tail
if it's hot
bum?
and sticky.
Do you want a hot sticky ass?
No, not particularly. I'll pass.
Sounds like me on the toilet sometimes.
Hot sticky ass.
No, but although, like, look, I tried to make a joke. It sounded grosser than it actually is. It didn't pan out.
Why has he got a hot sticky ass in the toilet? Like, what's going on?
I keep accidentally going into the group
phone.
camera, which which isn't connected. Sorry for the black screen. This is a mess. Yeah.
Top tier camera work.
Mate, he looks deep in thought. What are you thinking of?
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Why are you tired though?
I was up here late with you last night.
Well, that's private.
Okay, anyway. So
We had hot sticky asses.
that's why you don't want it. That makes sense.
I've had enough as a weekend.
So, Garrett, you've been playing Starfield recently, right? Because there was two things I was going to talk about. One is because you were quite excited about Cyberpunk.
Yes,
And
2.0.
all of that being done, because
And
that
the
was
new
all brand
expansion
new.
with
The new
Idris
expansion
Elba.
comes out in a couple of days.
Yeah,
Isn't
it
it
does.
2 days?
Yeah.
It's on the 26th, and today's the 25th.
I've not got time for it. It's too much stuff to play.
Yeah.
The real questions are: is Starfield good, and why is No Man's Sky better than it?
I think it's good. I purchased it because I was like, I'm gonna get it regardless. I read the reviews. Like a person I watch quite regularly just for game reviews, and that's Cool Carnage.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
YouTube
he's
one.
really good for that.
Because I just always like his opinion usually lines up with mine, so I watched his review of it.
That's the best thing you should do with reviews, is find somebody who you have that,
likes
where your
what-
opinions
yeah.
line up. Yeah.
Because he's the reason I got into Witcher 3, which was like my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
Obviously, until Baldur's Gate came out.
True.
And then that got fucking shat on. But he said like it's in no way a perfect game. Like, and you can enjoy it if you like different things because of different things. But if you like Skyrim, you'll like this. And I like Skyrim. And also in the last 6 months or something, I'm like, I'd like to go back and play Skyrim. And then I was like, right, I'll give it a go. And then I started playing it and I was like, this is...
I've heard it takes a long time to get into.
Well, it was just like the intro and that, and like, it was
Didn't
just...
you say like, oh yeah, after like 12 hours, I had fun?
Yeah, well, no, not even that
That's
long.
the tagline I keep hearing.
Yeah.
Is after 12 hours, it's really fun.
I don't know, but like you started in the world and like obviously kind of, I say the story started, but it didn't. You were just like, go to this task, go to this task. Oh, you stumbled upon something. Whoa, this is really interesting. I'm like, no, it's not really. And then
Game's like, whoa, this is so cool.
well, basically,
Nah, it's
the
not,
game
mate.
gives
Nah,
you
it's not.
the game gives you a cinematic where like I know the game is trying to make you go, whoa, like this is so cool. And I watched it. I went, what the fuck was that? I came out of that and I was like, I think I was like eating a sandwich at that point. So I was more interested in the sandwich than what was going on.
You're not selling this to us.
No, I know. But then from that, that was basically just like, right, okay, you've done the tutorial.
Gary, just to sum you said, it sounds like the game basically went, like this is your expectations. It basically went, we're going to just lower it. And you got to the point where it was so shit that anything that was remotely okay went, whoa, this is good.
Well,
Because you started all the way down here now.
You can
Well,
imagine the
I'll-
poster that's got like the different companies' reviews on it. It's like 9 out of 10, like really expansive world, like, you know, 10 out of 10, like
I
best
was
game of
bored
the
for
year.
the first 20
And, like,
hours.
Gary's one, like 7 out of 10. My sandwich was really good.
Tuna and sweet corn. Well, put it this way, right? If this is like, this is a good game, and it started off in like, I'm doing like a fucking,
Graph.
yeah. I'm tired. But it basically, it started here, and then it was like just wavering, and then it just went like that for me.
Yeah.
Like it just,
So, like, the things that interested me from what you said was the whole, like,
I must have missed a bit where he did that.
I don't remember talking about it.
gassy that was the, like, bounty hunter.
Mate, I think that's really
Like, you
cool.
basically become a bounty hunter and, like,
So, well, and I've expanded on that as well.
Yeah.
I'm in one, like, there's different, like, regions that are ruled by different people. In one region, I am a sheriff, or I'm a deputy to the sheriff. There's, like, 12 of us that not rule, but police the area.
He said he's a policeman.
So
to
I'm
me,
basically
yeah.
a detective, and then in another area, I'm a pirate. So unfortunately, I have to remind myself because I go to a place where I'm police and I'm like, give me your fucking money. And they're like, no, deputy badge. You're a good kid.
Mate, all your police mates are there, and he's like, "Oh, he's back." He's just going, "Hold on, boys. No, hold on, policeman here, police." And you're like, "Oh yeah, you're right."
Well, my companion,
protect and serve.
My companion reminds me. He's like,
Is he really?
"You're not like that." It's like, oh yeah, you're right. Well, because I've got a companion that likes good things, so I take her out when I'm a deputy, and I leave her at home when I'm going to be a pirate, and I take someone else who likes me being a pirate. So I'm building two relationships, but sometimes I get them mixed up because like I just accidentally veer into another region and I'm like, give me your fucking money. And then she's like, I didn't like that. I'm like, oh fuck.
You just turn around and go, didn't ask.
The characters in the game seem so lifeless.
Oh, yeah, they are. And
like,
don't get me
no one
wrong,
memorable.
it's not a perfect game, but also when I see the interactions and like, say you're having a conversation with Dale.
Okay, in the camera shot, man.
Sorry. Well, I know, but this is right,
Oh, okay,
this is you, right?
Yeah.
You're having a conversation with Dale, and I'm an NPC that's not involved in the game. and I'm just like, and I'll walk off, and then you're talking to Dale again, and then I come back and go, and then look at you, and then go back to Dale and walk off, and it's honestly, it's so fucking funny, like. The thing that would make it be like, oh, this is shit, has made me just laugh at. You know all the bugs we've had in Baldur's Gate and stuff like that?
With the ladders and stuff, yeah.
Goblin just fucking walking like that, back and forth. It makes it better for me because I'm just jolly when it happens. And
so that's the difference, is like good bugs make you laugh and it's like, it's okay. But then bad bugs ruin the game.
But
so it's like with Skyrim. If you have the good ones, it just exactly with that.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking dying. Like I'm trying to talk to John and fucking this dude just fucking wanders in and starts getting in my face.
It's funny, and like I think all three of us could appreciate that. But there are people that want to immerse themselves into this. Yeah. Well, if they get something like that, they're gonna be like, oh, well, that's taken away from my experience.
Well, I've like going back to like what I was saying before. Like after I left this place, I went to the first main world, and like on that planet, like it felt like I was just playing Skyrim, like I was running doing the quest. I was just in like, yeah, there was bugs and stuff. There was no like bad bugs. There was just silly bugs. And like there's a silly thing where like if there's a shop and you look at the ground outside the shop, the chest for the shop is outside. So I could just steal all the, like, that's how Oblivion, Bethesda do their games.
Wait, so
if a character has an inventory, like a stationary character, the shop inventory is actually just a chest somewhere under the map.
Yeah.
That's how Skyrim was as well.
Really?
So I found a couple, and I'm like, if I was that person, I'd be like, my immersion.
It's considered stealing still, though. If you
no,
take it from, it's not.
No, it's not stealing. They're not locked boxes. They're like, I could go and take everything and then sell it back to that person, but I can't sell it back because I took their money as well.
That's a bad bug, though.
That's a bad bug. But
if you say, for instance, you took it all and sold it back to him, would it be back in that box?
Yeah, we go back.
So you could just go take it all again.
Yeah. But then if I take all their stuff, I would also take their money, so they've got no money to buy.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But if
I'm like, you just give him money to a box to take, you just put it in and take it out over
but
and over
if I
again.
wait 48 hours in game time, like the shop refreshes its loot.
That's not a fun.
But I saw the box and I was just like, I'm not going to touch that. So I didn't touch it. So it didn't ruin my game. Whereas like you look on TikTok and that, and it's like, I can make you 1 million credits in 4 hours by stealing from the shop and go wait for 40 hours. And I was like, but that doesn't do anything for me because I want to play the game.
Yeah, it ruins the game for you.
So I found a bad bug and then just ignored it because I don't.
That's a lot of self-restraint.
It's only a bad bug if I use it.
Yeah,
it's just poor game design.
Yeah, it's lazy.
Yeah.
Like very lazy. But I'm also not a game designer and I am also a lazy individual. So I get it. But
do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. Well, I get something. Yeah. Whether it's another story.
That's very fair.
But yeah, went to the first world and just I was doing like quests. I helped a guy save the trees of the planet. And when I started off and I was like, I don't give a fuck about this guy. And then at the end it was like, fucking save the trees. It didn't, like, it was just like so stupid, but like I just then started getting gripped. Then I followed the story and then I didn't because the story took me to another planet, and this planet is like the Cyberpunk planet where lawlessness, it's all fucking drugs and nightclubs and all that sort of stuff. And I started a turf war with a gang. The leader of the planet is like a corrupt guy. Tried to overthrow him, helped the police and all that sort of stuff. One of the gangs, like, I helped, and then something happened with them, and I was just like fully invested. And then I finished that, and I was like off on another adventure. But I was like, oh, I'm leaving this planet. Like, I actually felt quite invested in it. Then I went to another one that's like a Western style planet, and now I've like joined the police and stuff like that. And then there's the shipbuilding, which I fucking love. Then there's the random interactions.
Hold on. The shipbuilding.
Yeah.
Tell me what happened.
So you can buy preset.
You know what
ships.
I'm on about.
I do.
Yeah.
You can buy preset ships, or you can just buy bits and stick bits onto bits and make a ship. So I spent probably the first 6 hours building a ship because I got some money and I was like, oh, I'll build a ship.
Yeah.
And I got invested because the game's like, your ship's too heavy, like this doesn't work with this, so you're doing loads of tweaking in that, and then you're like, this looks fucking cool, and it works. Yes. And then, like, I went out just to admire it, and it flew off without me. It left. It got stolen. Because you see the ships, like, as you're in a world roaming around questing, you see ships come in and you can go interact with them and that. And I was like, that's really cool. And then when you get a ship and you fly away, there's a cutscene in that. But, like, I wasn't in the ship, and it just went, and I couldn't come it back because it was gone. I couldn't start it back.
So I saw like people are making essentially donut chips because the way the like targeting system works on there is
It's
they
in the
always
middle.
aim for the center of the
Yeah.
ship. So if you make like a circle,
Yeah, you
you
won't
basically
get hit.
won't get hit because they'll shoot
Oh,
through the middle.
that seems really cheesy.
But again,
Yeah,
if-
but that's another thing where you could be like, you know, do you really want to
Yeah.
make a donut chip? Like
Yeah.
maybe if you made one because you're like, oh, this is a cool design and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then figured that out.
That's the same as like Skyrim, is that if you wanted to, as soon as you come out the first cave, you could console mode spawn Daedra armor. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's a little bit different. You make a ship to avoid that. That's in the game
yeah,
mechanics.
but you also like, yeah, but you could also like go and do a like you can. I say cheat, but you can bend the
Well,
rules for a
it's like-
single player game if you want to make it easy.
You know, for a better example, it's like with Baldur's Gate, where like you could carry around barrels all the time or boxes that have full of weapons, and
yeah.
then just put them down and,
And
blow
blow
them up
people
and
up.
kill everyone.
Yeah.
Or you just play the game
Yeah.
without doing anything.
Exactly, like
and
if-
that's the same
If
sort of
that's
thing.
what people want to do and not play the game, each to their own. It's a single player game. What they do doesn't
Yeah.
affect me. So as long as I'm happy with what I do,
That's very fair.
which, yeah, I am. And
The other thing you said as well was the loading screen when you like get in a ship. It really bothered me that they didn't just do like, you know, you enter the planet and like
Oh,
you
yeah.
fly down to the planet.
yeah,
Because
that's
I love that in like No
Yeah.
Man's Sky, and I think that's like one of the best things, and like that feeling of like
coming in.
coming into
Yeah.
like the planet's atmosphere
Yeah, that's
and like landing down and being able to just kind of like fly across the planet
Yep.
at like low altitude to like scout stuff out. Like that's amazing in No Man's Sky, and I thought we were gonna get that in Starfield, and then when I saw we didn't, I lost interest. Like,
Yeah.
I just didn't care anymore.
I did go in with that. Like I could be on a planet, jump in a ship, and then be in space, like just through me. And it took a while to get used to that because I was disappointed. Where like you're in stages. So you're on the planet, then you have to go through a cutscene to get to space, and then you have to go through like a loading screen or cutscene to get to another solar system.
Yeah.
So you're jumping bit by
And
bit.
then you have to get to another cutscene to get to a different planet.
Yeah, so I thought there was just going to be like seamless like
Yeah.
that, but it's
Yeah.
which got me at first, but then the more I've played it,
It started to bother you less.
no, I understood it, because if I was doing flying the whole time, that's potentially another 3-4 hours.
But if you were flying the whole time, you then don't have to walk across every planet because there's no other mode of transport once you're on a planet.
No, there's a fast travel.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no horses.
And
there's
there's
no
trains.
There's
cars.
no like
Yeah.
cars and stuff
No,
like that.
there's trains, there's fast travel points.
But they're all loading screens.
Yeah, they are, but they're technically loading screens with your ship. But
Yeah,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like everything is a loading screen. It feels like you're not doing
Yeah.
any of that cool shit that you'd want to do. Like,
yeah, and like I feel like the ship is for combat, and then there is traversing with the ship in space, like when you go to space stations and stuff like that. because you don't teleport to them. You actually have to fly up and dock. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if, say for example, if the game is X number of hours, if you then add that, it's then now X plus 50. And all that plus 50 is A to B. Like, imagine Skyrim without fast
But
travel.
that's fine because I like that aspect of like a space game.
Yeah.
To me, like not everyone likes it, obviously, but to me, like that's kind of what makes it. That's why, like, I literally Starfield come out, people were talking about it, and I was like, "Fuck me, I really want to play No Man's Sky right now." That was my feelings. It wasn't I want to play Starfield.
Yeah.
It was like I want to play this other space game that's got the things that I want in it.
Yeah.
So, No Man's Sky had a bad start,
Yeah.
but like it's in a good place now.
So did Cyberpunk.
No Man's Sky is in
Yeah.
a fantastic place now.
I've never played it.
Dude, okay, so what we're
play.
going to do, us three, we'll fucking play it.
Oh man, I'm all for it.
We'll
Like
do
start
co-op
fresh.
and we'll
Can you
start.
play together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's full on
We'll start
multiplayer.
fresh, like.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, I've never-
You'll
Oh
love it.
mate, it's so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Like you quite literally, you get your
I'm
ship.
downloading it tonight.
You can like you can just
play when I get
take
home.
off, and you're still on the planet in your ship, and you just fly around the planet.
Do we fly in the same ship?
No,
or do we
different
fly
ships.
separate ships.
We all have our own different ships. We can all
Okay.
find our own different ships. We can all go to space and fly around each other and stuff, and fight in different ships and do
I'll
it.
do that. I'll download it this week.
It's class. It's really cool.
Yeah. Wait, what they should have done is maybe give you the opportunity to do that and be able to. You can either fast travel or you either can do the flying bit. But
Because I can understand the whole idea of loading screens to get to a different planet, but it really takes away from the universe. Not at the very least take it, because if you took off from the planet and could fly around it, and then took off and left, and then it was like a loading screen.
yeah,
It wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah.
Because you'd still have the loading screen, just skip the space portion of it.
Yep.
But you at the very least feel yourself coming in. You feel
Yeah.
some control.
There's
What's the point of being a space
something
game if you can't fly the ship?
amazing about taking off from a planet, coming out of the atmosphere.
now you're in space.
You're in space,
Yeah.
but there's like a space battle going on, or there's space pirates the
Yeah.
moment you come out of this
Yeah,
atmosphere.
which-
and like you just end up in a
Which
big
does
battle.
happen, but obviously you don't.
But
do
there's
the
loading screens
transition
involved.
bit,
Yeah, the transition is important to me.
Yeah. And
So
like,
with No Man's Sky, you quite literally have that. You take off and then you get into space and you fly around, you shoot into asteroids and stuff, and then you're like, okay, I want to go to the next place. So you'll choose somewhere, activate hyperdrive, and you'll just and it does take a little. It can take a couple of minutes,
yeah,
5 minutes sometimes
Yeah,
to
based
get
on where you
2
go in,
points
like,
if
yeah.
they're really far away. But you'll be fucking zooming through,
Yeah.
and you might run out of hyperdrive and have to stop and kind of refuel, go to a space station, go
It's
talk to
more of a
different characters,
resource
and then come
management
back,
type
right, okay,
game.
and then take off and go
Survival
again.
game.
Yeah.
Then land on a new planet, start building up, and then you can set up like a teleporter that'll take you from where you are to that other place,
Yeah.
like the other planet you were at before, to just go straight away.
yeah.
It gives you the option either way,
Yeah.
and it'd be really nice to have those.
Yeah, I'm playing it tonight, boys. I need to tell
Have
you.
you seen the gameplay trailer for that new Star Wars game?
No.
They,
Oh wait,
they do
was
exactly.
it a while ago?
A month or two?
Oh, maybe.
The roguey, like you're playing like a
Yeah.
female. They do exactly what you want from space. She gets in a ship and like you just fly.
Oh yeah.
That I'm
That'll look good.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well, what we'll do is, because today's a short podcast, which we're going to end very shortly, because we need to get Gary to the airport.
Going to space.
We're gonna actually, yeah, we're getting him to space. But what we're gonna do is we'll do another podcast with us three and someone else with you online in the future,
Yeah.
and we'll have played No Man's
After
Sky,
we've played that, yeah.
and we'll have a comparison and have a chat and stuff. We'll have a chat beforehand,
Yeah.
but we'll come back to it so we
Yeah.
can see.
I think it's the thing as well, like you're saying, like, you know, like you play Grand Theft Auto and like you've been in a car. You know what being in a car is like. Maybe
Yeah.
you don't know what a supercar is, but yeah, like none of us have been to space, so this amazement of like you've never experienced it, so you want to properly experience something similar. That's why like space games have always like called to me.
I've
Yeah,
always loved
yeah, but that's why I
being
don't
in
want
space and like flying around
Load-in
and doing all that
transitions.
myself.
The only time I want load-in transitions is if like this fucking drive to the airport. Like I wish we could
Do you
load in
remember-
transmission today. Like
Do
you
you remember
know.
when we played Star Wars Squadrons?
Yeah.
That was, and like being in the cockpit and flying around space and
cool as
fighting
fuck.
each other and stuff. That was fucking cool as shit. We played it like once and never again.
Remember we
I
tried to
played
get
some by
working for
myself.
VR as well. and it
Oh
was
god,
pish.
yeah, and it was shit.
I
Yeah.
played it by myself. Does
Yeah,
No
actually.
Man's Sky have VR?
Yeah,
Yeah, it does. You
it's full
played
on
it.
VR. I haven't played it,
I
but
thought you did. Oh.
no, I've not played it, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I want to
After
try
this,
it.
I'm 100% going to. I just want to
Well,
sit in
you're
a
in your
ship and fly
computer chair
around.
and just lean back.
No, because my computer chair doesn't, like, it's a bit busted.
Right.
So literally, if I lean to the bottom right, I had it the other day, I fucking leant to that point and it just went. And it was the fit in ages. I fell back. I was horizontal, but sat down. I was like, this is like 4 a.m. I was like, I live in a flat, so I got neighbors underneath. And I was like, poor guys, just heard a meteor land above them. Like, I'm there like, ah.
What you need
rough.
is Dale to provide his 4th D when you play that in VR.
His 4th D.
Yeah, because he's the 4th D.
I'm like, oh, what's going on my bum?
You're being
Keep your
docked.
legs down.
Your spaceship's been docked.
Alright, let's just probably wrap it up. Cause
Yeah,
we're
we're
late leaving for Gary.
We're talking about Dale's 4th D. We're gonna stop there. It was a very short, very sweet one, and it's a shame as well because I fucking really enjoyed
We've got more to talk
chatting.
about.
Yeah, 100%. Like I want you next time we do this. I want you to have played Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I might play Cyberpunk as well because I've not played it before.
2.0.
Well, you've not played it.
I've never played it.
In that
It's
game,
good.
I really enjoyed Cyberpunk, but how it is now compared to how it was back then.
But take sorry, I know we're trying to close out. Take Cyberpunk for example, right?
Yeah.
The world of Cyberpunk and the characters in Cyberpunk, right? They're memorable. They mean something to the story. They mean something to like the the life within the city. Versus Starfield, it feels just like so detached from everything.
But then that's probably an issue with the fact that the story for Starfield is so much bigger than individuals and all that. Because it's like
Starfield feels more like little stories on a journey, whereas Cyberpunk is like a grand epic all the way through.
yes.
So
But
it's
then-
like you have loads of little experiences that add up to the bigger picture, whereas Cyberpunk is this big fucking story instead.
And Cyberpunk's big story is like I don't know, a small outcome in a big world, whereas Starfield is like the biggest thing in the world, in the universe ever. So then one person that you interact with is insignificant to the grand scale of that story. So like the story is so grand that
None of the characters really mean anything.
exactly. But then I also think that really the main story's pretty fucking bland and garbage. But
Sounds like a Skyrim game.
exactly, because I didn't play Skyrim for the main story. I played Skyrim for the side quest that fucking gripped me. Like I was like shaping up rebellions.
Yeah,
like,
but the difference is you've told us your side quest was you planted, like you saved the trees on a planet, like.
but that was
And I turned off.
yeah,
at
but
that point.
that was the first side quest I ever did.
Like that's
And
nice
then-
and all if that happened in the real world, but in game I don't give a fuck. That's
But
not
then
enough
there's
for me
like,
to.
but then there's the actual side quest that I have done where I've like basically been part of a drug bust that I accidentally attended, but then I was the key player in that drug bust, and then I shaped which gang was leading a city, and then because I did that, I fucked up other people's lives, which fucked up someone else's life on another planet, which I didn't know about until it turned up, and it went you, and I went me.
Stop! You've broken the law.
Yeah.
Pay the court a fine or serve your service.
But even then, like the joining the police, and like I've now gone to different planets, and then by going to different planets for a mission has started other missions, and like it all kind of, all the side quests start doing that, where the story's not doing anything, the story's just gone off, where all the side quests are intermingling.
That's cool.
And then like even just doing a companion quest, and it's like you went back to a place to help someone remember someone, and then you discovered a person. Now this person is a key part of like your game.
That's called meeting strangers, mate. It's not discovering a person.
Yeah, you should play Cyberpunk if you haven't. I think you'd enjoy it.
I think
it's
I'm going to
brilliant.
play it soon,
I want to
especially
play
with this
it.
update.
And
Again,
time and time again, watch Edge Runners. Like,
I'll probably watch that beforehand.
it's so fucking good.
because
Yeah, I already
So
know how, roughly how the ending
Yeah, I
goes,
know,
so.
but like regardless, like it's fucking awesome. The
And the
characters are awesome.
thing with Cyberpunk as well, so it's like they had such a good concept and there were so many good things about it, but then there was so many things where you're just like the skill trees were all like 2% crit. Do you know what? I didn't give a fuck about that.
I want blades in my hands. I don't care
but that
about
wasn't-
crit.
That wasn't a skill tree. That was just
No,
like you
that's-
stumble upon a shop, right? Cool, buy
you've-
blades. Do you know what I mean? So it was
You've
like
got to get them attached. Look,
I
It doesn't
start-
really make much sense, does it?
well, it does because you mod your body.
No, as in the skill points and
Yeah.
stuff.
So I was thinking I need to work my way up to that, and then within an hour of the game, and I've got fucking mantis blades, and I'm like, why do I need this gun or that gun or this samurai sword? Because I am the sword. And it was just like
That is the edgiest thing I think I've ever heard you say. I am the sword.
well, it was. My body was a sword.
And with
Right.
that, thanks for watching the
Yeah.
podcast. We'll be back with Gary at some point in the future because we want to have him on more as well. Thanks for watching, boys.
Bye.